Now, just in case, there might be a low rumble because outside the door, it's got noise going on, so I don't know how much I can carry through. But it's Friday, made it through the end of the week. Hope it's been a good one for you. And I got to go to my nephew's football game last night, although got to start over an hour late. Refs weren't there, so that was an interesting time. But anyways, it was a good game to watch. If you're new here, my name is David, and I talk about improving your health, wellness, and fitness by working on your body, mind, and spirit, what I call balancing the triad. This is for any age, but we want to focus mostly on those that are close to or already in their second half century of life. So those are 50 and older. To realize just because you might have had little to no success before, you're never too late to start on something and keep yourself going. So with today's topic is, what does your mindset have to do with aging? Make sure I got something here set up. And we talk about quite a bit on the channel. I refer to aging is just a number. We have chronological age, which is the how long you've been alive. Everything has chronological age. You go one more year, it ages another year. Chronologically, biologically, is how old your body is. A lot of stuff I talk about on here. The little steps you can take can actually help to possibly slow down that aging process, and sometimes even reverse a little bit. But what does your mindset actually have to do with that? A while back, I'll see if I can find a link in the description or in the comments, depending where you're at. A video I did back about some studies that was done, I believe it was in the 1970s, where they took some men, and I apologize, I didn't go through and review the study completely before I hopped on here, which probably would be in my best interest. But anyways, what it was, they took men who were, I think they were like in their 70s, but everything they did, everything in that little resort kind of place they put them in, little campground, was as though it was the 1950s. All the music, everything, all the news that was pumped in, so everything they listened to was from the 1950s. I believe it's 1950s anyways. The television was from the 1950s, and they had that mindset. You had to pretend like it was 1950s. And they found out a lot of their, not just their mindset, but a lot of their physical attributes was like they were younger. Now, there's definitely some caveats that the study could have done better. There's still some questions about it, but regardless, it was there. It's repeated again later and got the same results. But again, even with that study, it's still questionable. But regardless, the information is there. How do you know your mindset plays a difference? And there's even the stereotypes that come across with aging. As we get age, we're supposed to slow down. We're supposed to get weaker and all those different things. But if you believe that, it's going to happen. Is the placebo effect? What difference does it make if you got a chance to make some changes yourself? There's also, placebo effect, if you may recall, is if you believe something's going to work, whether it does or not, if your mind believes it's going to work, it's going to happen. Well, you also have the nocebo effect. If you believe it's not going to work, it's not going to happen. The power of your mind. Studies have backed it up this time and time again. I remember this is one of the ones that always stands out in my mind. They came out with a new cancer drug. They found it's going to work. A gentleman, this is documented, and he was on the drug. All his cancer studies started to reverse. Well, then it came out something on the news that says, "Oh, well, this drug doesn't do any good." The guy's symptoms started coming back. Then the doctor says, "No, this stuff really works here." Just trying to realize what's going on with the guy's mind. They gave him the pill, and all his cancers, and he started reversing, started to get very healthy, started laughing. And then they came out with the news report says, "No, this stuff is absolutely no good. It's no good at all. It doesn't work completely." All of his cancer came back, and he died within a short period of time. But it was one example of the proof of a mind. He believed it was working, so he's getting better. He believed it wasn't working, he got worse. And actually, literally what took his life. So the mindset there. So a lot of times, if we believe that this is going to happen when I get old, the more you believe, the more it's going to happen. There was an article I was reading, talked about Olga Kotyliko, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. She was a runner, marathon runner, up into her 90s and continued to set records and up until 90s. And there was a TED Talk by a guy named Bruce Gerritsen who talked about her. She said he's an author. And he said probably the main contributor to Olga's athletic success was her mindset. She believed she could, so she did. And she believed she was in her 40s and continued to set records. And one of the things to understand is just make sure, I did actually have some notes here, I normally don't. Along the lines of placebo effect, our body, what our minds tells us. If we believe it's going to be this way, our mind will start to believe that. If we think, again, as I just mentioned a few minutes ago, if we believe that as we get older, we're going to start to slow down, we're not going to be able to do anything, and we have that firm belief in there, our bodies will reflect that. We will start to slow down. We will start to have all those effects. Versus if you believe, hey, I can still do things, I can still keep going, your body's going to believe that. So we do what our mind tells us to, and realize as we age, there's also a lot of positive attributes. It's not just the quote unquote negative ones. Well, hopefully you've learned a thing or two as you've aged. You've got the mindset, you got the cognitive function, you've learned how to do things, you've probably learned how to do some things quicker, find out how you learn to learn. So a lot of aspects, make sure you grab onto those and cherish those things that you've picked up through your lifetime. And as I've mentioned on here many times before, is you probably, no, I won't say probably. There's a good chance some of the activities you did when you were younger, you might not be able to. However, you might just have to modify them, and still you can do them in some capacity and still have fun with it. Another aspect to making sure your mindset with your health is to still have a sense of purpose. For some people, which is always interesting me, I know a number of people have a lot of hobbies, but when they retire from their quote unquote their job, some people just go through and they still have hobbies, they start working, they spend more time family, or they get into hobbies, they're doing something. But versus those people that don't have any hobbies, they get home and just sit and kind of waste away. And you probably seen both differences of that. But what can you do to make you still have something to look forward to? What purpose can you do? Is it volunteering? I don't know what's going to be for you. Volunteering, learning a new skill, playing with your kids, playing with your grandkids, but still have some type of sense of purpose. Well, with here, we're talking about body, mind, and spirit. With that mind and spirit, you might learn a new purpose, but it's trying to keep all those aspects together so that you do keep aging healthily and living a full life as long as you can. And it comes down to taking care of yourself. And realize that mindset plays a huge factor in that. So I got a little tidbit for you to kind of think about and realize what you think plays a factor on your body. So as we get ready to go into the weekend, hope it's going to be a good one for you. I'm not sure what I get. I get to go visit some friends at a horse show this afternoon, which means I was going to take the motorcycle out, which I am looking forward to that. Always fun to be on the bike for a bit. Now, if you want some help on your process, realize your mindset plays a factor, as with your body and your spirit. In the description, you'll find a link to my Facebook group where we got free trainings in there to get you the thought process going, to help you realize that you can live longer and healthier, and always add life to your years. As I stumbled up there at the end. But anyways, have yourself a great weekend. I will catch you on Monday. So take care, and balancing to you. Bye-bye.